Welcome back to another episode of the Scale Smart podcast. I'm your host, Jacob, and I'm also the founder of NetScale Growth. Today, I have the pleasure of being joined by Ilkka Mäkitalo, the CPO and co-founder of Howspace. Ilkka, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here.
Amazing. Just kick me off. Tell me a little bit more about yourself, your experience, and what do you do at Howspace?
Yes. So my background is in facilitation, training, consulting in earlier part of my career. And then at some point, almost 30 years ago, I realized that in order really to make impact and get people together, we could use technology for that. And so we created our first learning and collaboration transformation platform 97. So 28 years ago. And since that time, we have been working with technology supporting learning, coaching, facilitation, transformation processes that can be run by facilitators, consultants, or internal experts within organizations.
Amazing. And you went from being the director of partnerships, the CEO, to now the CPO. So just tell me a little bit about what was the transition points like?
Yes, so I've been always really curious about how to make impact and how to get people together to do something remarkable together and to do something that is changing our identities as individuals and organizations, changing the behavior, changing the organization, and how to make that impact in the best possible way and how to scale that up. Then in different roles, there's different kind of possibilities to make the difference happen. In general, I think that my strongest passion is to innovate the technology that can be the best in the market to support those initiatives. And now I think finally I'm able to focus on my CPO role and utilize all the knowledge that I've had from previous roles and create a product that is amazing.
And how has Howspace navigated the challenges of scaling from a consultancy-based model to a SaaS platform serving enterprise clients across different sectors?
Yes, so I think one of the greatest or most important ideas in our journey was that Howspace is not our first product. We've done plenty of other products
Hmm.
during our journey. And then when talking about people who are change makers, we realize that they have their own beliefs, they have their own methodologies,
Hmm.
and we to create a platform that is representing our truth, so that we just educate others to do as we great minds what we are doing, others should be following. But then we realized that it doesn't work that way. So we have to create an enablement platform where others can easily, with a drag and drop user interface, create something that is supporting what they are already doing. That was like the big change for us. So we realized that we have to use all the understanding that we have from our consulting background. We created the platform originally to support our own work, but in a pretty open-minded way, so that it's not for us only, but it's built to enable the same thing for others. And then we realized that even we were really successful in utilizing it in our own consulting business. It's not scaling that easily. So we have to stop doing the consulting, help others in that business to do their job in a more effective way.
And in quite a market saturated with collaboration and learning platforms, how do you guys at Howspace differentiate yourself to remain competitive and relevant within the market?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we've never been in learning management system market. So it's something that is based on content delivery and then managing the process. And we have been more in the social and collaborative learning space, where the learning process is thought as a flow of collaboration and like a learning journey that someone is designing and facilitating. So the experience is more important and the social aspect than the content itself. So in order to get us to think and co-create our own learning processes, that's where we are. And then this kind of activity co-creation involvement is something that has been like part of Howspace from the beginning. our platform is designed in a way that it doesn't matter whether you are collaborating with 5 people or 500,000 people. Everything just works. And their AI is coming in and bringing a lot of value, because you can analyze what is happening in the dialogue or involvement and make sense together with the support of AI. So it's not like giving the final truth, but it's one part of the dialogue and co-creation process that is helping you to understand each other and like enable different voices to be heard.
And you mentioned the word AI there, feeds great into the next question. How has Howspace leveraged AI to enhance your collaborative organization development within its platform?
Yes, there's several layers. So one part is like accessibility and enablement of collaboration. So you can parse it by writing text. You can record audio or video. If it's audio or video, it's transcribed. It's with one click. It's translated across different languages. So you can have a workspace where people don't have a shared language. They might represent 30, 40 different languages, and still everything is translated in real time. And that has been a game changer for many businesses. So that's one part. So how can you get people to access others' ideas and other stuff? Then the second part is that if you are a facilitator, a consultant, and you are designing something, you can prompt to create the process and workflow for the process. So it's not about prompting for the content, it's about creating the tools for the collaboration and learning. So that kind of creative process. And then, of course, you can manually continue from there. And then the sense making part. So you can get real time summaries that are updating during the dialogue. You can get interactive word clouds. Now we are working with a mind mapper. So AI is creating a visualization of a dialogue or combination of different kind of materials. And then there's like prompting possibilities, and based on the prompt results you can create new widgets that you can utilize. So for example, if 1,000 people are discussing, it doesn't matter whether it's synchronous or asynchronous, then you can prompt at what you would like to know about the discussion. Then you get, for example, 5 next actions. Then you can create a prioritization widget where people in real time can decide that, okay, how important these are, or allocate widget how much resources we are putting to different topics that was like based on our dialogue with a huge group of people. So it can be used in real time with huge amount of crowds to work can move forward together.
And how do you see AI taking its hit on the industry? Do you see it have a positive impact? Can you see some negative sides to it? Where do you see it's going to kind of have that balance?
I think it depends on the goals and how people are utilizing it. So from the perspective of Howspace and my work, I see it as really empowering and enabling to like working a totally new way in the collaborative space and learning area. But then it can be used for harmful purposes as well. And I think we need to be really awake and conscious about what is happening for us and for our organizations when AI is utilized. So it can be used for like forgetting our own thinking and replacing the work that we do in a way that is not constructive and is just destroying what we are doing and who we are. So we need to really be careful in thinking that what are we using it for and how.
And where do you see the future of the industry going? Obviously, I know AI coming in, but also with a big thing which I've been hearing a lot is hiring the right talent. People just aren't like motivated, or in hindsight, they don't really have the same drive as the same people like yourself, Ilkka, of wanting to drive the business forward. So where do you see that? Where do you see it going?
Yeah, I think something that I expect happening is that human aspect will be valued even more than before. So that it's like, in art side or handcrafts, there's like new coming of that kind of things that are authentic and real and something unique that is created, finding that way. And then I think human relations are highly important, so that there's always a danger when new technologies are introduced that that it's like moving us apart from each other. So I spent several hours a day discussing with chatbots and AI models, and then I enjoy that work. That's something that I do myself. And then it feels like, yes, we agree and we know what we are talking about and we are going so deep. And then it might be hard to explain it to other human beings and to think that they don't understand. And we don't have the time to spend as much as I did with AI. And if I'm sharing just the end result of my collaboration with AI, it's lacking the context and lacking the dialogue that was behind the end result. So these kind of things are something that we really need to learn how AI is part of the organizations and one of the relationships that we are working with.
And what are some of the goals you've got for the company over the next 12 months in terms of growth, in terms of expansion?
Yes, we started this year with last year's revenue was around 8 million euros, and I see that we are growing. It could be faster. I think our platform is great and ready for expansions, and the market is like maturing all the time to be able to like see the future of learning and collaboration and transformation. And what we are working a lot at the moment is the messaging, that how we are seen and perceived by the potential prospects and conquering the market in that area. We already have like really great brands that we are working with, and I think that's the referral part is something that is definitely going to affect in a positive way for our business.
Amazing. And if people wanted to reach out to you and find out a little bit more about Howspace or yourself, Ilkka, where's the best place for them to do that?
Yeah, I hang around a lot in LinkedIn, so maybe that's the place.
Okay, amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been great talking to you about AI and the positive and also negative impact that it's going to have on the industry. And it's been great hearing your story as well, going from the director of partnerships to CEO to CPO. So thank you for coming on and sharing your story with me.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you again.